If someone was to come into the program right now, would you recommend it, or would you think it's easy enough to follow that they can get everything up and running?
Of course, I'm going to recommend it. I made 10 grand myself a month.
I guess first and foremost, before you started on this journey, what were you doing trading wise?
Right. I actually started trading back during the COVID phase. I learned while I was stuck in an apartment for months, and a lot of it was a little bit too high risk. It was more day trading rather than swing trading,
Yep.
and basically lost a lot of money in it. But I learned a few things over the time. Learned the trader psychology, and was just looking for something that was more automated and wasn't taking up as much as my time and also was low risk. And that's when I came across your course. I think it was on Instagram. Yeah. And basically, they've averaged out at about 3% a month profit. Some one month it'll be 6%, next
Yeah.
month it'll be nothing, you know. And so it took me 6 months from starting to get my first two funded, which was only last month. Yeah.
Excellent.
And I've got another four, I think, which are in the verification stage. Hopefully they'll be funded by Christmas. And then another six, which I just took out as challenges because, I've just been taking them out every couple of months as I had extra money in my wages and stuff like
Sure.
that. And uh, and now I'm making a policy of every time I get a payout, a third of the money from the payout goes towards new challenges because if I
Yep.
can make 5 grand a month from two challenges, why can't I make 50 from 20 challenges?
That's the idea.
Yeah,
And you're doing it the right way around in terms of your conservative approach.
yeah,
That people tend to rush things all the time. I don't know why. Um, as long as the people who conserve the most and the people who can stay in the market the longest are the ones who make money the long term.
yeah.
And I like the fact that you sort of half the risk and you went for a conservative 3% per month. I really, really like that. I just want to just jump back quickly. Before you actually joined, when you weren't algo trading, were you? You were manually trading. Remind me again, Greg, what is it you do for your career?
I work in the offshore oil and gas industry.
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
So obviously you're I guess that's the one of the main pulls for doing algorithmic because when you're offshore, it's pretty hard to trade manually, isn't it?
Well, one, I don't have time when I'm working. I've got
Yeah.
quite a busy job. And secondly, the latency or using a satellite
Yeah.
connection, depending why I'm in the world. Literally, when I'm in Africa, if I try to put a trade in manually, by the time it's got through to the server, the price has changed so much that it just gets rejected. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I could use rather than going for market entry, I could use pending trades, but
Yeah.
which is what I'm really doing with the algo trading
Yeah.
anyway. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just a different concept what you showed me rather than trying to go for one strategy that is just what do you call it, overfitted for the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. To have multiple strategies which are just consistently one using by using such basic principles, like
Yeah.
only trading with one indicator or something like that, that they've just worked for the last 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
2009, 6.5 years. Yeah.
that was actually my next question. What was the main reason you joined? And I'm guessing that's one of them is the fact that the you're hedging your risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't for me. It's never been a get rich quick scheme. For me, it's a take early retirement scheme. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm quite happy with the 3% a month. So but if I can end up building up 3% of millions in funding, that's more than most people, even in the West, ever see in their life.
Yeah.
So it could be a get rich quick scheme, but no, all I'm really interested in is it matching what my income is now, and so I can take an early retirement.
And how much are you making now from your prop firms?
Well, I'm making about only 200K of them are funded,
Yeah.
and I'm making well. September was really good.
Yeah.
I took back 10,000 out of them. That's 9,000 something. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Uh, this month was doing really good up until Trump's little tariff restart on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday and today have been a bit bad, but I'm still both days. I only lost like 1% across each
Yeah.
one. It happens.
Exactly. I always tell people because I'm actually, well, I had a really good September as well. And in October, I think as of today, I'm break even. And that's just the way trading goes. And we built with economic uncertainty in mind because the vast amount of data that we've collated to create the strategies, lots of stuff's happened. We had COVID, we had the initial Trump thing, we had Brexit. So all of this data that's we've gathered from, it's used to having wild swings. So
Yeah.
the fact that we can sort of trade through it and be completely okay with having losing days, that's the big thing for me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when I first set mine up and I used the quant analyzer, it was to get as many um, as many different strategies as you use. I actually have 21 across my across three different symbols that would keep me to the 10%, which is what most prop firms gives you as static. And then I halved it to so I'd make it 5%. And even through both of these things with both these trade wars, I've never seen it get anywhere near that 5%.
Yeah.
So it's never been more than two or three.
Um, if someone was to come into the program right now, would you recommend it, or would you think it's easy enough to follow that they can get everything up and running?
Of course, I'm going to recommend it. I made 10 grand myself a month.
What about
Yeah,
if someone's the vast majority of people who join the program are traders with bad past experiences. They've tried technical analysis. They're getting nowhere. From someone who has some experience or even very little, do you think it's easy enough to follow along and have your first portfolio up and running in a decent amount of time?
um, it took me a couple of months to basically get my head around it all and actually build all the portfolios. And again, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to get something that looked good
Yeah,
rather than just trying to get the first one launched a week after starting the course or something
sure.
like that. I had the patience to do it. Basically, I know a lot of people don't. I
Yeah.
know what I was like in my first few years. I had no patience at all, but so yeah, I thought the course was really good.
Just closing thought, what would you say to someone who's like on the fence of algo trading and they're a bit nervous about if it's too complicated or anything like that?
They say the two biggest enemies of traders are fear and greed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's that for me. There was a third one, and that was just not patience.
yeah,
And when I was actually trading myself and trading live, I'd jump into trades just because I've been sat there all day and I needed,
yeah,
and I couldn't find anything to open yet.
yeah,
And by going over to do algo trading instead, I've got my life back. I
yeah,
don't even really watch them that much. They still work. You've still got to go and like develop the challenges. You've got
yeah,
to develop the strategies. You've still got to put them on.
yeah,
But you're not just sitting there in front of a computer screen minute
yeah.
after minute after minute looking for that opening, and then the opening finally comes while you're at the bathroom. You know what
That's a good one. I'd like that one. True, though, isn't it?
yeah. So
Yeah.
many times you
Well,
just end up missing it. Yeah.
well, I
So
really
yeah.
appreciate that. That's a really good perspective to have. So I appreciate you. Listen, we'll touch base again in a few months to see when you get that million in allocation, and we'll see where you're at.
Okay. Thank you very much.